Hey everyone, welcome back to another video from Business with Khalid Malik. I'm going to talk about the new paper 2, which is not all that new. There's just some minor changes. And we're going to talk about tricks, tips, and techniques through which you people can do well in this paper. Some quick pieces of information about this paper. It's for 60 marks. They are going to give you 1 hour and 30 minutes, or in other words, 90 minutes to attempt this. There are going to be 2 short cases. Each case is going to be worth 30 marks. In each case, there are going to be 4 parts. Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. Part A is basically going to be targeting knowledge and application. The same goes for Part B. Part C is going to test knowledge, application, and analysis. And Part D is going to be testing all 4 skills. My plan for this video is that I'm going to pick the first case from the specimen paper that they've sent for 2023. I'm going to look at the first case and I'm going to work my way through it, explaining as I go along as to how you people are going to attempt this paper to get the maximum marks possible. Let's talk about Part A first. You will have 2 subparts. So there's Part A1 and Part A2. Part A1 is for 1 mark, and all that they're going to be asking you is to identify. Read the question and just demonstrate your knowledge in a short sentence. That's all that's required. 1 mark. When you take a look at Part 2, remember that there are 3 marks available. 1 mark will be for knowledge and 2 marks will be for application. So you will have to identify a knowledge point that you feel answers the question set, and then you will have to give application and further application in order to score the remaining application marks. The same pattern will be followed in B Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 generally is calculations. B Part 2 is generally concerned with application of knowledge. So as I said before, Part A and B, they target your knowledge and application abilities. The key factors to answering Part C analysis questions is that firstly, the mark allocation is done exactly the same way as it was for an 8-mark question in paper 1. So there are 2 marks for knowledge, 2 marks for application, and there are 4 marks for analysis. So basically, we are going to demonstrate application from the data response, and we are going to analyze and answer the question that was set, and then we'll see if we can add some further development as we go along. Now, when we are attempting Part D, you have to remember that the same mark allocations apply as for a 12-mark question in paper 1. Okay, so there's 2 marks for knowledge, 2 for application, 2 for analysis, and then there's 6 marks for evaluation. Now, as I explained before in an earlier video, the trick here is to make sure that the first 8 marks in a 12-mark question are attempted the same way as you would be attempting the 8-mark question. Okay, so you got to build the knowledge, the application, the analysis, and a bit of further development. Of course, it has to be weighed up. Now, how does that happen? I'm just going to demonstrate that to you with an answer. Okay, and then at the very end, you have to give an evaluation. All right, and that evaluation has to come from the arguments that you've already given. You know, you're going to weigh up the arguments you presented, and you're going to judge which you think is most important, what you think should be prioritized here, what's your overall opinion on the entire situation. Okay, so look at the solved answer that's coming up and you'll get an idea of how the structure is done.